Throughout the Hawaiian Islands, early childhood education has become one of the greatest challenges to our future. Each year, as many as 50% of our children are not prepared to enter kindergarten. This can lead to developmental delays and lifelong difficulties for these children. Tutu and Me Traveling Preschool's mission is to go into communities in need and bring solutions to these children and their caregivers through a comprehensive early education program. Tutu and Me's goals are simple: prepare the children to give them a brighter future and to educate and train caregivers so that they are equipped to raise a child in the best possible way.
The early years are critical. These are the years where connections are being formed in the brain, and the kinds of experiences that children have at this age will set the stage for future learning. The love and nurturing they receive at this age is also very critically important, if not more important. It will help form who the child will be later in life. Tutu and Me tries to provide activities and experiences that will help children gain this experience and also nurture the bond between the caregiver and the child.
Tutu and Me is a free, nationally recognized mobile preschool program focused on underserved Hawaiian communities. The program partners with schools, churches, and other organizations as teams visit participating communities 2 times per week, 2 hours per day. Each class includes a number of group activities as well as indoor and outdoor learning areas for the keiki and their caregiver to participate in together. Each of these activities is designed to stimulate and educate the children, as well as provide tools to caregivers as the bonds between them grow.
Some of the kids come to us and they're not exposed to anything at home, so this is, everything is new to them. And then we do have some children that come and, they have the basic skills that are taught to them at home, and we're just trying to elaborate on that. A big part of the program is to just introduce them to the preschool activities, or bringing the kids into a preschool environment, teaching them different things that they might expect when they go on to kindergarten or preschool. So like learning circle time and how to manage transitions, and taking them to different centers and teaching them the different activities like art or math or science, or learning how to build with blocks, and really just giving them like simple tools, introducing them into writing and how to use the scissors, and real basic knowledge of early childhood education.
The curriculum at Tutu and Me is carefully structured with changing monthly themes that focus on every aspect of a child's development.
Everything the Tutu and Me staff delivers from the time the program begins to the time it ends is carefully planned with tools to help the child learn. The songs they sing, the stories they read, and every single learning center that is provided is planned with a purpose in mind.
From developing gross motor skills to learning how to use Play-Doh, each interactive station at Tutu and Me includes instructions that share with the caregivers how the different materials provided can be used to stimulate and educate their keiki. In addition to their class time, each group takes a monthly field trip that's tied to the theme of the month. This provides a practical outworking of each theme as the children get to experience what they've been learning about firsthand. This also provides opportunity for the children and their caregivers to reach out beyond their neighborhood to take part in life-changing activities, such as learning the Hawaiian concept of Mālama'aina, or taking care of our place. They also visit interesting exhibits and interactive encounters, learn about our amazing sea life, and explore the beauty of the ocean that surrounds us. Each field trip provides valuable experiences that expand the child's knowledge and life skills. Culture and cultural values play a significant role in the Tutu and Me program.
We know that children learn better when things are familiar to them. So we provide a program that is culturally sensitive. And so everything we do, the way the teacher talks, the way the teacher greets the family, beginning with a pule, everything we do in the program embraces the culture.
Because we are committed to serve Hawaiian families, these families need to understand their culture, need to understand how to use that culture to teach their children about who they are, to teach their children about the place that they come from, and the values that spring from the traditional culture that can be used by the caregiver and the child in life.
In Hawaiian tradition, a family member is usually the primary caregiver for a child, whether parent, grandparent, or other relative. For Tutu and Me, supporting and educating caregivers is a critical part of preparing the children for life, as the caregiver is the keiki's first teacher. The program provides a wealth of information and resources to support caregivers while they take part in classes, as well as when they go home.
Our hope is that when caregivers come to our program, that they would gain an awareness of the kinds of experiences that children need at this age, and that they would take these experiences home, continue the learning at home, because they come to our program 2 hours twice a week, but we know they're with their caregivers most of the week, so we want them to continue these learning activities at home. One of our greatest hope is that the bond between the caregiver and the child will be nurtured.
The strength of Tutu and Me is the caregiver-child relationship that is a positive, ongoing relationship, that they are the first teacher of the child. And as the first teacher, you got to understand what you have to teach and how important it is to teach the right things. Caregivers, when given the opportunity, just really kind of blossom and become terrific teachers, partly because there's so much aloha there.
For the thousands of caregivers that have come through the program, Tutu and Me has had a tremendous impact on them, their keiki, and their families.
Tutu and Me, it's been a part of our life for many years. It really does give them the opportunity to play with others and to learn while they're doing it and enjoying and having fun. We just totally enjoyed it. And also I've noticed for my other three, the ones that are in school now, it's really helped to prepare them for preschool. They were ready when they started the 3- and 4-year-old programs.
I'm a veteran, and I've learned every time I come here something new. My boys grew up with Tutu and Me. The staff, their family. It's a wonderful feeling to see that our kids relate to them like family.
Give us things to take home, books, or things to follow up, like games and activities that we can do at home with them. So between the mother and I, we work on him. So it's one of the best things for me to do.
It's such a valuable tool for the children and the adults. You know, it really helps everybody, and it's such a safe environment. I think that's the biggest thing to me is there's a lot of places where you can take your kids or your grandkids or who you're watching, but it's not necessarily a place where you can just be comfortable and not have to worry about, you know, who's around and what's going on. This is a very safe environment for the kids to learn properly, and learn to interact with each other properly.
I'm coming to an environment that's familiar and that makes me feel comfortable because I am Hawaiian, and it's helping me to teach my son things that I learned when I was young. It really did help nurture my son and I together, as well as my husband when he can come.
The children have learned the meanings of the words, the values each month that they try to promote. The singing in Hawaiian and in English, I think all of that helps to keep that culture alive and have the children understand a little bit more about their roots. All of the children, I just don't mean the Hawaiian children, but everybody. And it's such a beautiful way to blend learning and understanding and heritage and culture. If we can get the children strong and ready for learning now, I think we're ahead of the game.
I feel like a morning star.
I love Tutu and Me.
Tutu and Me is so much more than a preschool program. It's a lifeline for children, caregivers, and families in neighborhoods that need it most. It's about aloha, people, and the love that they share. Ultimately, It's about our future and the values that will live on in our children, our families, and our island.
I don't know what the technology is going to be 2 years from now, let alone 100 years from now. But I'm going to work very hard that technology will be used within the framework of values that haven't changed. That the third or fourth generation from now, people are still committed to the concept of aloha, still committed to what is pono, still committed to malama, still committed to those other values that really have driven and have sustained the Hawaiian people over time. Because those are the things that will sweep this younger generation into the future successfully. And those are the things that will be those things that remain when the tide of history recedes.